Hey, I'm Natasha Castellan and this is the Artist Chat Room. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm going to do a tonal drawing. It's drawing painting. It'll be very gestural. It'll be very quick. I've already got my fingers dirty because I've actually already done it. But here's the image that I'm working on. This is a place in the Northern Territory where as a family we used to go hiking a lot, and it brings a lot of memories for me. So last week I showed you some black and whites. This isn't black and white. This is going to be Prussian blue and white. And these are kind of quick, great ways to learn to see. So most artists, the problem isn't that they can't do the work. The problem 90% of the time is they don't see what they're doing. And the more you learn to see, the better an artist you're going to be. And one way to learn to see is to look for your tonal variation, look for the tonal differences and get them down, get the darks where they're meant to be, the lights where they're meant to be, and find all the in-between colors that you could, tones, 50 shades of whatever it is that you need to get in the middle. Hopefully not 50. If you can do it in 3, 4 or 5 different tones, that is probably the best way to do it. So let's turn this around and show you what I've been up to. All right, so here's the picture that I am going to use as my reference. It's a photo that I took myself when I was in Northern Territory, and it's most likely around Catherine Gorge, somewhere there. I can't be certain though. So here we go. So one of the things, I'll quickly show you what I'm using. I'll be using Prussian blue. I've got some gesso in a tub as my white. I'll be using one of these brushes, a flat one, and maybe down the track some smaller brushes as well. So we'll see. I've got my water here and my palette for mixing on, and let's see. So the first thing I'll do is get some paint out. One thing you need to be certain is that you need a whole lot less of your dark color than you do of the light color. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get straight in and start getting those darks. So I can see some darks over here and here. Now this is going to be a gestural drawing, and so it's not going to be like a very accurate, beautiful, refined. It's a quick kind of sketch. Now I can see they're the darkest areas, and there's some dark areas down here which I may end up lightening as I go, but for now I'm going to get those dark areas in, and even a little bit in here behind the grass. So where else? Probably more here than I think. And yeah, so now I'm gonna go a little lighter, not a lot lighter, just a little lighter. I'm gonna finish some of these rocks. Oh, more white. It doesn't take a lot of the dark color to make it very dark, but it takes a lot of the white to lighten it up. So we've got some grass here, we've got some grass here, and you can see I'm just picking up little bits, allowing some of this to kind of poke through. Now there's some rocks here, but I haven't quite caught them as they are. I'm going to change brushes to this one to catch some of these rocks. And there's also shadow across the path, and I want to make that shadow a bit darker, because what we're trying to do is pick up all the tonal differences that are everywhere. Now this is going to be, you're not going to quite see it. Oh, I can't. Here I go again. I can't speak while I'm painting. You won't see them as identical pieces. They're not meant to be like an identical work, but it is meant to be like a quick drawing. So now I need a lot more white. And we've got some very whites up here and some whites up there, but some of this dark actually comes down more. So let's see if I can bring some of that down a bit more. Yep. Yeah, some of that goes down a bit more. And let's pick up the white. Now I can already see that I've got these rocks a bit too high, so I've already messed up the ratio or size difference between the one I have here and the one I have printed and the one I'm doing. There's some smaller rocks here. I'm not worried because this is meant to be a quick sketch. Now what's really good about doing things like this is you're learning to see what most artists have a problem with is not their ability to draw or paint, but their ability to see. Most artists have trouble seeing what's going on in front of them. And if they could see it, they would make less mistakes isn't the word, they would make more accurate work. And so though this is gestural and not overly accurate, what I am thinking about is the tonal variation, because I want to get that tone right. If I get that tone right, it'll help me learn to see tone. That's what I'm trying to do, is see tone. It's not about creating this great, fabulous work. It's about creating a work where I can see the tonal variation in it to help me later on to produce different kind of works and get the tones right. When you don't get the tones right, it's amazing. I feel like the two most important things in a painting is one, composition, and the other is tonal variation, but getting the tones quite right. Now, some of this is quite light, almost white, but I have lost some of the shapes in here because the white's going on top and there's too much same happening there. So I may need to get my hairdryer and get some quick drying happening and then come back in and get some more. Let's stop that. So in order to see better is looking more deeply, looking at the tonality of what's happening here. To help me grow as an artist, I want to get the lights and the darks in the right place. And I can see some of it was lost. But I can bring it back in. Now there's some rocks here along the path. This is part of like a quick warm-ups in order to help you to grow as an artist. There's many ways to warm up. This is one great way to warm up. But this, in the warming up of this, isn't just getting ready to do a painting or anything. It's about helping you see more accurately and see what needs to change in your art. see how to learn to see the tones. So important, because if you don't see the tones, you don't get the perspective right sometimes. You don't capture the light in the right spots. And especially if you want to do nature-inspired work, you want to have things in the light in the right spots. Again, I've got white there, and as I'm doing it, I'm mixing it as it's coming on. See, it's white on there, but as I put it on with this other color, the Payne's grey is coming on as well, so I'm going to hit it with the hairdryer. Somewhere along the line, I forgot to press play. I apologize. I've been talking and talking. When I go back to have a look at this, I'll see what I forgot to tell you. So this is a tonal variation, a tonal drawing of this image here. It is gestural, so it's not a refined, beautiful, finished piece of artwork. But what it is, it's captured the movement. It's captured the dynamicness. Is that a really good word? I know some people don't like words made up, but I apologize. This is the dynamic movement and tonal variation. I feel like there is a path going up here. I can see it. Yeah, that needs to get smaller as it gets further away rather than bigger. And down here, I could kind of bring that light. Yeah, that's better. And you can feel the path going up into those larger rocks up there. Okay, this has taken me probably, obviously taken a little bit longer with the hair drying, but around 10 minutes. There you go, a little bit closer look. Yeah, I can see these shadows here could be darker. So let's see if I can do that. I'm holding the camera and with one hand and a brush with the other to see. I'm actually looking in the viewfinder, because sometimes in the viewfinder you can see, if you don't know what's going wrong in your painting, take a photo of it. It's amazing what the photograph will reveal. And there's some more darker bits here. A little bit darkness in here and there. And a little bit in here too. Yeah, that feels more like that image, a little bit more anyway. So you can see it's a lovely little gestural drawing of this landscape. I've caught the light areas. I could go even lighter and whiter, but otherwise I'm pretty happy with this for let's give it 15 minutes from beginning to end, 15 minutes, because there was a period that I was painting and I didn't get it all caught. I hope you enjoyed that quick tonal gestural painting sketch that I did for you guys. This is a fabulous exercise to do, to learn to see, to learn to get better as an artist. And we all want to get better, and sometimes you don't know what to do and how to do it. And I hope this has shown you one thing you can do to help yourself grow as an artist and get better at your art. And tonal variation, remember last week I said color gets all the glory, but tone does the work. Get the work in, learn to see those tonal variations, and you'll quickly improve in your art practice. If you enjoyed this video today, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing. And next week I'm going to use this same image and I'm going to do a different way that you can loosen up and help yourself get more more arty. Oh my gosh, I'm going to even leave this in here. Another way that you can loosen up and get more creative and help you grow as an artist. But for now, I hope you have a great week and stay creative. Bye now.